Frightening stuff here. Frightening stuff. That this is really, really getting beyond belief. That I can't even imagine for the life of me that this kind of stuff could actually go on. So for example, what's happening? Dr. Michelle Dow is guilty of killing babies. So what court is going to convict her? Well, not the Canadian judicial system, because they are not interested in the truth. They are interested in their man-made laws. Well, very, very easily to understand that the thou shalt not kill. I mean, it's so easy to understand. Thou shalt not kill. Don't kill a baby. Don't kill a baby. Don't kill a baby, right? So it's very easy. Thou shalt not kill. So it's not a baby; it's a clump of cells. Get out of here with that. I'm done with. I'm done entertaining that nonsense. Okay, that nonsense just proves that you are a degenerate psychopath. Like literally, if you're gonna go down that road. So it's ZGA embryology. If you don't know anything about embryology, just pause this video and go to Google and type in embryology and type in ZGA, embryology ZGA. It'll explain to you this is the starting of the new baby. So it's a very beautiful process where the mother will aid the development of the new baby, and then after that, after the ZGA is complete and everything is there's a new set of DNA, 50% from the mother, 50% from the father, is complete, right? That ZGA is complete. It's the baby doesn't need any additional instruction. I mean, the baby is complete, so the baby already knows the gender. There's none of this gender reassignment and everything like that. The baby already knows the eye color, the hair, the design of the heart, the design of the cardiovascular system, the design of the digestive system, the design of the nervous system, which is more complex than you can ever even imagine. The brain, the human brain is you don't even understand a fraction of the human brain. You have no business destroying this very, very precious, the embryo, the zygote or the blastocyst or whatever you want to call it. It's a baby. It's a baby boy or a baby girl, right? From day one, right? The ZGE is very, very clear, right? If you want to go that route, you're a what are you? What are you? What are you if you're going to be as degenerate as to kill a baby, right? So it is my educated guess that Dr. Michel Dow has killed in excess of 1,000 babies, in excess, and so just for it's beyond any doubt at all. There's beyond any doubt. Okay, so I know the baby, the birth control pill will not, cause this death every time, and the pregnancy will be suppressed, and everybody will be mature enough to admit that, right? That's the primary function, right? The primary function is to suppress the ovulation in approximately half of the cycles, and then after that there will be it will inhibit the sperm travel, the penetration there. But see, the problem is that it doesn't happen all the time. There will be the oocyte that will be released, and then the sperm will meet the egg, and then the baby will be conceived. That's the actual problem there. So that happened at least once. So there is at least one death, and that can be said beyond any doubt at all. So what I'm saying beyond any doubt at all is that Dr. Michel Dow is a murderess. My own family is a murderess. So I'm having a hard time to deal with that. And making these videos, it doesn't really help the situation at all. It makes it even worse, right? So how can I put this into words? I'm really, really trying to just kind of, hope and pray that what I'm sometimes really like, hey, wait a minute. The birth control pills, no, it actually really does prevent pregnancy, and she's not a killer, right? Yes, I can finally put this matter to rest. But it's not. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. My own blood is guilty of, like I was saying yesterday, or 2 days ago, I was making videos yesterday, or 2 days ago, and I was saying that Mr. and Mrs. S, right? Mr. and Mrs. S. They have a beautiful family, beautiful 2 girls and a boy. Okay, and there's no marriage. Here. The girls are getting older, so the 2 girls have now exceeded the age that it is biologically possible to conceive a child, right? So the some people call it the wall there. So the 2 girls are now past the age. So for example, Mr. and Mrs. B, right? They have a boy and a girl, and Mrs. B was talking to me, and she said, "Wow, you got these beautiful children. Well, lucky for you, I don't have any grandchildren." Yeah, man, it's very sad. I mean, imagine that crushing reality where I mean, who are you going to leave your money to, right? Who are you going to? Your last will and testament is going to come down to, who are you going to leave your money to? It's not even about that. It's about your blood, your DNA, your being, your very essence in life. It's not just this kind of thing. It's not just like a kind of death or something. It's a me. I'm not scared to die, and I'm scared of my bloodline running out. And these people are like legitimately facing the reality that their bloodline will die. Not just like some people, like a lot of people. Like there's a bunch of these people, and they're very. It's a very sad case, right? Every case is a sad case. A marriage. Let's say, for example, these guys married in let's say, for example, the late '70s or the late '80s. They had a bunch of kids in the 1980s, and then early 1990s. They had some kids about my age or whatever, and then they expected to have grandchildren because that's what everybody else was expecting, because that's normal. It's normal to have grandchildren. It's a normal thing, right? This kind of nonsense about killing babies is not normal, especially not when it's state sponsored. And you gotta pay your house, right? You gotta pay for your house, right? You make a house. So for example, my house here, I'll just give you an example. Okay, my house, it was three story, super heavy duty. It's all concrete. It's all the forms. You can't really see everything. I'll show you in another video. It's not really important. It's not really relevant. But I am a homeowner, and I don't have to pay property taxes to the government that will kill my children. Why? Because I had to get out of Clare because I can't stand that nonsense. I mean, every time that I go to the municipal building, I just see the blood dripping down their hands, and I'm like, and they're putting these weird floats and Acadian parade and all this stuff. That's my heritage. That's my culture and my heritage. How can I even contemplate the destruction of my own heritage and just be like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's a woman's choice and all this stuff. It's a woman's choice. No, if that's the kind of choices that women will choose, we got to put a restriction on it as men, right? And say, look, listen, you got to go back where you belong, right? Make some nice soup or something, a piping hot meal, or just be quiet, because they're clearly not responsible. They're not thinking. They're really not thinking straight at all. If they're going to be killing babies by the thousands, I mean, I'm not a misogynist or anything, but I mean, enough is enough. Hey, listen, it's enough. It's enough. You kill so many babies. I mean, it's the damage has already been done. And then you're gonna sit here and call me a misogynist, like I'm not right or something. Like, am I wrong? Oh man, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope, but see, all the feminist windbags and Karens and all the stuff they get on social media. My Facebook died or whatever. It's another story. But for some reason, I don't have Facebook anymore. I'm so very relieved. I was like, what? My Facebook, I'm banned for life from community guidelines or whatever, which is basically just telling the truth. And they're banning me for life. Whatever. I don't even care. So when these feminist windbags and all this stuff, the only thing they can say is, oh, you're wrong, and all this stuff. And I'm like, please provide a factual basis for why that I'm wrong. Like, I really would like to know, what is the thing that makes me wrong? Why am I wrong? You're wrong because you're an idiot, and you're wrong because you're a misogynist and all this stuff. Well, I would prefer the term traditionalist. Yeah, a traditionalist. Like, for example, like you got these women, these very fine ladies, 16, 17, 18, 19, taking these birth control pills and doing whatever kind of stuff, and nobody really like pays attention to what's going on here. And I'll tell you right now, they're sleeping around, right? They are sleeping around. They're going with any kind of Chad and Tyrone, and they're sleeping around. So what kind of husband is going to be having to deal with that, right? And they don't even, and now that's a complete destruction of the family. When a young lady is put on birth control pills, right, and starts to sleep around, I mean, that's a serious violation of the family structure of society itself. This is not acceptable for a society. I mean, how are you guys so blind and can't even see that? I mean, how can you put your teenage daughter on? How about we just have values, and don't do that kind of stuff in the first place. I would never in a million years put my sugar shark or my honey princess, or my other wonderful daughter, whom I very very much love, on birth control pills, and just whatever, yeah, any boyfriend or whatever. No, no, no. It's not like that. I mean, that's not the way life works. Right? Life doesn't work that way. Right? You can't expect to have a healthy society, a family. Right? That's the basis, the fundamental structure of a society is the family unit, the complete family unit, and. I'm very, very thankful. I live in a country now. I live in the real world where abortionists are jailed for life. Right? You cannot kill a baby. I mean, the baby is a baby, and you're going to have these. And this still happens, right? It still happens. You're going to have these abortions. It happens, right? And it happens why? Because of poverty and all this stuff. There's poverty. There's, these girls, getting busy when they're not supposed to, when they're not married and all this stuff. It happens, and it's very, very sad that it does happen. But every baby is a very, very incredible blessing. Yeah, you're gonna take care of all the babies in the orphanage. That is a completely irrelevant argument, and that's a completely irrelevant argument, and they will always use that. There's so many babies that are suffering. Okay, so what? You're just gonna be okay with killing a baby? The suffering of children and the killing of children, those are two completely separate issues, and they want to link those two together in a nonsensical, right? That can be easily debunked, how that argument doesn't make sense, right? There's so many babies that are you going to be watching them? Are you going to be carrying them? So it's okay to kill a baby, right? So how does that? There's a yeah, I agree. Children are suffering, and it's a very, very terrible thing. So should we not only continue with the suffering, but make it as terrible as killing them? Right? That's suffering. That's really incredible suffering, right? Yeah, suffering it's really bad, right? So abortion is wrong, and I don't think anybody, a rational person, is going to disagree with that. But birth control pills is even worse. Why? Because it happens much earlier, right? The ZGA is complete. It's a baby, right? It's an abortion, right? So there definitely is a death. There's a life, right? There's a life, and there's a death, but there's a life, and that's really what's important here. Is that these babies were as human as me and you, right? As human as he could have been even much, much, much smarter. I'm a knowledgeable guy. Okay, I'm a fairly knowledgeable guy, and this baby that was lost, right? My child that was lost could have been, a very, very, neurosurgeon, scientist, whatever kind of thing, a real doctor. That's what I'm trying to say. I could have been a doctor. I really could have, but I didn't have the. I had the government breathing down my neck and everything for little traffic infractions and all this stuff. So whatever, right? But I really would. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I'm very happy with my job. I'm a teacher. I teach business English to industry professionals in a private school here, and I've been doing that for 4 years. So I mean, I'm overqualified to be a teacher, but whatever. I'm just a teacher, and that's what I like to do because I love my students. Right, my students are my friends. So they're really great, and I do provide a tangible service to my students. Now, but the thing is that Dr. Dow is not providing a tangible medical service, right? So that's the thing. Dr. Dow is not providing a tangible medical service, and she's a nuisance, a terrible nuisance, and she's tormenting me to the point where I'm feeling tormented. It's literally a torment. Torment. I was with my buddies there today, and I was trying to get away from that nonsense, and everything. I'm going to go back to my office. I keep thinking about what can I do to save lives. Right? My own cousin destroyed so many lives. What could I do to save a life? Right? Save at least one child from being lost. That's the thing, man. It's such an awful thing. It's such a disgusting. Excuse me, wicked, sinful, evil act. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, she's killing babies. I can't even live with the idea that she's actually doing that. It's tormenting me. It really is, and I'm trying. Man, I'm really, really trying to just kind of forget about it. And I made a video on this YouTube channel. I said, "This is the end of the YouTube channel." I said, "I want to just reclaim my peace and all this stuff." How can you do that when you got this? So I don't think I'll ever be able to fully comprehend. No, I fully comprehend the scope of everything that she's done and the evil and the wickedness and what must be done to stop it. But what I can't comprehend is how to actually get over it. Right? I guess if that makes sense. See you in the next video.